You know, when you talk about losing Bear, when you talk about losing Butler, you talk about losing Uman, you talk about losing all these type of guys, and they what did they say? Shavers? Is Shavers still a Husker?
Yeah.
So when you start to lose these type of guys, now you got to go replace them. So I don't really want to hear about receivers. I don't really want to hear about running backs. I want to hear about linebackers. I want to hear about defensive linemen. I want to hear about offensive linemen because that's the only thing that's going to matter. All those you can have all the receivers in the world. If they drop balls, it's not going to matter. It don't matter. It don't matter how they come out and they look. It matters when the lights are on, if they're going to catch the balls that's thrown to them. And I can tell you right now, if you don't have an offensive line, it's not going to happen. If you don't have a defensive line, you're going to get ran through, as we did this year. A little bit.
A little bit. Euler?
Yeah, we're going to have some holes there. Obviously, you know, I don't think our defense played to expectations. I mean, not saying they did bad, but there was and we're losing some guys. So we got to go out and we've got to find dudes that can come in and fill those gaps, right? So, and if we don't, it can be a long season trying to stop these Big Ten offenses.
I love it when you offensive guys try to be so smart about the defense. I think I agree with both of you. I think we should go all around the board, especially on the defensive line. I think we'll be good at linebacker. If you have to start a freshman, you start a freshman. But, you know, hey, we got to learn on the fly. This is not, this is how guys are today. But if you're going to play as a true freshman, you might as well start them, like Dylan Riola. Ain't no more holding back no more. I mean, we losing a lot of guys up front, too. I mean, we got linebackers. Probably we lost a couple in the last couple of years, probably 3 good ones, starting with Hausman. What's the other kid last year from Oklahoma? Eric Fields.
Okay, yeah.
He left early. He didn't ever pan out. But we got a guy in Shavers we need to keep and groom him real fast. And, I mean, he played a lot last year. So hopefully this is his year as a sophomore and get him a running mate. I mean, we might have to go to the portal and get a linebacker. Might have to go to the portal and get a couple of guys. You might have to get 10 guys out the portal. So, you're going
to have to add more than that when you look at the real grand scheme of things because you haven't had a linebacker. I mean, when I say that, I'm not saying we don't have linebackers. I think we've got good linebackers, but we haven't seen great linebackers. We haven't had a guy to fly all over the field. I mean, since Reimer his junior year, right? I mean, Reimer flew all over the field his junior year. You know, if you could get guys to fly around like that, it don't matter the stars. It don't matter what the name says on the back. Now they're playing for respect. They're playing for each other. But when you get guys that are taking calculated loss, guys that are putting their team in a deficit because they're not 100% playing hard, I think you got to get rid of those guys. You know, did we ride with these seniors too long? You think we rode with them too long?
I don't think we rode with them too long. I think that this is the combination of losing your defensive coordinator and those guys. I mean, we have to admit they had 2 top 25, top 20 defenses. Was it perfect? No. I mean, the Indiana game was a disaster, but it was overall a success enough for Tony White to be able to elevate his career afterwards. And this defense, I mean, imagine playing younger guys giving up 7 more points a game. You might have 3 or 4 wins on the season because the offense struggled so much.
No, but think about this though, Bob, for a second. Let's take Tommy Hill for instance. Okay, Tommy Hill after the Colorado game, Tommy Hill did not help you. He just didn't. And so if he's hurt, that's fine. But let's find a young guy that we believe in, that's talented, that might not be, he might not be as fast as he needs to be right now. He might not be as able to jump as high as he's going to be, but he's in the right spot at the right time. And you can groom him to be better going into year 2. But if you continue to let a senior get all of the reps that mean something, the meaningful reps mean something, and that senior takes a calculated loaf after loaf after loaf, or he's hurt, it doesn't make any sense to me to ride with that guy. I'm riding with a guy that I got to have around here for 3 or 4 years, not a guy that's on his way out.
Well, there's a few things. I think Tommy Hill's example is a little bit different. They did end up having to like pull, Tommy Hill because he wasn't playing up to par. They may have waited too long.
How many
to do
weeks
so.
did I talk about it though, Bach? How many weeks did I talk about Tommy Hill not playing up to snuff and not hustling? How many weeks?
Yeah,
before we pulled him.
Yeah, it was several weeks. But the other thing is, you talk about playing these young guys. Nebraska's just lost all their young. I mean, part of this, the problem of the last couple of days is that we've been talking about the story of Nebraska football. They're not doing it like Deion. They're building some of these young guys. They're going to rely on this long-term build. Well, you're losing a lot of your top prospects now. Princewell, James Williams. I don't know who's going to rush the passer next year. Those were the young guys that were supposed to be, that you were giving, playing time or whatever, developing.
But think about this. This is why I didn't get a lot of rest last night. As I saw James get into the portal, I had to ask myself, why would these young men who will be starting next year, right? Potentially.
Yeah, there's
correct?
Several of them, that left.
Why would they leave?
Well, James Williams is an upcoming star. He has film to
Why
anything.
would he leave?
Maybe he wants to be in a better defensive situation. You hear and you don't know who the defensive coordinator is right now. That's kind of confusing. That's still up in the air. You don't know.
Where's James from?
He's from
Kansas City area, isn't he?
I looked it up earlier. I forgot, but
originally from Parkville, Missouri.
Yeah, so he's gonna be hot on the market, man.
Yeah, edge rusher with 4 sacks in 2 Big Ten games that hurt Curtis Rourke's thumb. I mean, he's got enough film. I would just, if I'm James, there's going to be a lot of NIL, I think, thrown his way.
Well, you got to think K-State. And let me just touch on this NIL. I hate to try to kind of switch gears, but I have to because I don't have a lot of time. But I think, in the rise of this NIL agents and everybody tampering right now, I think these young men need to get better guidance on what they're doing moving forward. Some of these guys are going to jump in the portal, and guess what they're going to be? They're going to be in an abyss, and they're not going to be able to get out of it. And these guys that are telling them that they're worth this much, they're worth that much, I think they really got to be careful as to who they're listening to. And a guy like James Williams, there's no reason for him to leave the University of Nebraska.
Zero.
None. There's no reason. So you have to explain to me, why would a James Williams leave the University of Nebraska?
Well, again, to me, if I'm NIL, you could say he's not going to get much, but an edge rusher that has the film that he does and the potential that he does, he's going to be highly sought after. If Nebraska didn't take care of him NIL-wise, or at least as much as he thought, we kind of know his role, kind of, pass rusher, started to get more playing time down the line. I mean, he's not the one that I would say he's going to get lost in the portal. He's not going to get lost.
Yeah, you put him in a better situation with 3 other linemen. Maybe the 3-4 is not for him because his weight size, because of the number 9, Ty Robinson he was 330 on the other side of him being a defensive end. So James Williams is in a good position. I hate to tell you that. He's an Ohio State type of Oregon type of guy that they might go after.
I'm not telling you James Williams is not in a good position. He's in a great position. What I said was that this ain't about James Williams. This is about Nebraska football. And what I said was, why, with that young kid, you mean to tell me we ain't got enough money to keep that young kid around here? That's what you're telling me.
Well, maybe somebody offered more. I mean,
that's what you're telling me.
Hey, you know what's going on, man. It's no mystery.
Don't know what's going on. That's why I'm asking the question.
But I'm just saying, though, this kid wants bigger and better. We give him the opportunity to do bigger and better things. Now, like I said, they get free transfer every year, Sean. You can go to 4 schools every year. I go to Georgia. I go to Texas one year. Next year, I go to Ohio State. And then
what you're seeing is those players that are leaving because their coach left. You good right here. That's why. They're leaving because their coach left. They're not leaving just because. They're leaving because they're unhappy.
Yeah.
They're not. You think James is just bouncing because he don't think he's gonna play? This man's about to be the starter.
Well, we'll see how many guys go to Florida State. That's one thing. as of 8 minutes ago, there's more reports that Terrence Knighton will follow Tony White to Florida State. Of course, that's been speculated. That's now official here in the last, at least as far as the reports go, in the last 20 minutes or so. So certainly wouldn't be surprised to see James Williams, who called Knighton somebody that's kind of been a father figure to him in a Florida State Seminole uniform next year. That could be part of it too.
100%. I can definitely see him going to Florida State or one of these schools. Here's my deal when I look at this, though. So we went out, and in 2 years, we already got a coaching shakeup, right?
Yeah.
We got a coaching shakeup that's going to shake up the complexity of Nebraska football, whether we like it or not. Tony White leaving the University of Nebraska, along with Coach Knighton leaving the University of Nebraska, is why you're seeing so many young defensive guys jump into the portal. So what is going on in Nebraska football that we've got young guys, young. And when I say young, I don't just mean young and we haven't seen them play. We're talking young guys we've seen play. Why are they getting into the portal? Why is Coach White leaving? Is this mutual? There's so many answers that I'm looking for that I don't even know where to begin to find them.
Well, I think, you can say Florida State's a lateral move, but I think it's probably one of the better jobs that's finna happen. I mean, they had a bad year. Don't forget the year before that, they was 10-1. So, you just can't make it seem like just because this 2-9 year is what the norm we're going to see about Florida State, and it's not. The pool is bigger. The pool is bigger down there.
Well, it's interesting, too, as you look at kind of the past. So, like when Bo Pelini left Nebraska, he was on good terms. They come back around and give him a head coaching job. Tony White might be thinking that down the line, too, is if you leave places like Syracuse, like Nebraska, on good standing, then when they need a head coach, they can come back and say, hey, there's Tony White doing well. It's a risk for him. I'm assuming and I'm hoping they'll have less egg on our face that he's getting a bump in salary, and maybe that could be part of it. But part of it's leave place a good place, where the fans are clamoring for you, and maybe when it's time to be a head coach, your name could be thrown in those circles once again. So it's kind of interesting. But that Florida State job, while it has its ups and downs, I mean, the one thing that you do kind of think about is, I mean, that could be a 1-year thing if they go. You know what the expectations are in Florida State there. I mean, if they win 6 next year, I don't even know if that's enough to save Norvell's job. I mean, I don't know exactly where that meter is or where that win total is, but the point is they're going into next year, obviously in dire straits, or at least at a point where they're reaching, because they're getting a new offensive coordinator and they're getting a new defensive coordinator. I mean, they're restarting everything there.
Yeah, but you're getting a proven winner, dude. And then you listen. In this climate in 2024, soon to be 2025, is Florida State defensive coordinator job better than Nebraska defensive coordinator job? Absolutely. Even a 2-whatever Florida State gig is better than what we got going on at Nebraska, where there's instability, where you don't know what's going on. Some people thrive just to be coordinators. They don't look to be head coaches. Everybody's not cut to be a head coach. So sometimes it's easier to just be a coordinator than it is to be a head coach and have to do it all. And I think that, again, a lateral move, if you want to call it that, going to Florida State, if you want to call it that, is cool, but I can give you 2 positives already, 3. Number 1, the climate. Number 2, the players. Those are 2 right there that you can't even get around. Climate, players. And I would imagine that if he's making this move, that nobody's going to tell Tony White what to do at all. Would you agree?
Yeah, like down there.
Yeah, I mean, of course. My biggest thing is, I mean, I don't think we really understand how big of a deal this is, Tony White leaving at this disjunction of this deal. Some people don't look at it like it's big. I do. Because you got to play, number 1, you got to play a bowl game, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Who's been leading those guys the last 2 years?
It's been Tony White.
Okay. Who's going to lead them now?
We'll see.
You don't know?
Not sure.
We don't have a defensive coordinator yet.
We don't even have a defensive coordinator like tag for the bowl game. I think that you might see somebody different in the bowl game than you will next year. Who knows? Maybe it'll be Coach Butler both times.
So now, when you talk about guys opting out, like now a Ty Robinson and a Nash Monster, who's going to be missing some of the key. Not that they would, you guys. I think those guys are Huskers through and through, and I think they'll play. But it makes it a little bit easier for them to be like, I probably should opt out. You know Tommy Hill ain't going to play in the bowl game, right? You think he's going to play?
Well, in the bowl game is, especially with all the movement for Nebraska, and I don't necessarily think he will, to answer your question, but I mean, it's weird because Nebraska entered like Friday. It felt like this bowl game is going to be important because you can be a top, you can finally have a winning season on all that. Now the bowl game, and we'll see who the opponent is and how much different they look. But I mean, this is an exhibition at the end of the season. It's not what bowl games used to be.
I get what you're saying, but it's still a bowl game, and it's still your teammates. And any guy that's willing to run out on his teammates in the last game is a selfish, you know what. That's how I look at it. I think you go out and you play for your last game in the bowl game, and those guys that are seniors that have the potential like a Ty Robinson, I think you get your insurance policy like they always do. Terrell, was you able to get an insurance policy your senior year?
Yep.
How much was that insurance policy? You remember?
1.5.
So what happens in the event that you got hurt?
I get $1.5 million.
Right, exactly. $1.5 million.
I should have played hurt.
You should have faked the injury.
Nah, I should have just ran into a wall.
Oh, okay. That too. You should have told him to put you in on kickoff. So
I was on
yourself
kickoff.
Out. You wasn't on kickoff.
I was on kickoff. I was next to Mike Booker. Whatever. You had 3 little tackles on kickoff. Now you
was
the
a
guru
safety
here.
valve on. I had more tackles on kickoff than you did.
You're probably right because I'm not trying to run down there and then play defense the next play. Okay, sir? So
I understand. Listen,
smart.
It's Window World Wednesday. Where's Euler? What happened to Euler? Did y'all put a piece of tape over his mouth?
Man, I'm just enjoying the conversation here. Taking it all in. I think,
you became a fan while you're a part of the show.
Yeah, I'm fanboying it right now. Listening.
Oh boy.
Yeah. No.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's to me. College football has changed. It's not what it was when we played. It'll never be that way again. I think I saw Luke Lindenmeyer have a post on his Instagram that he's like, I hate this time of year, right? Like, because guys that you felt like were brothers are leaving, and so it takes a toll on the players. It takes a toll on the coaches. It takes a toll on the fans. And just being able to when we committed Vershawn, we were committed. If we wanted to transfer, we had to sit out a year. Like, we knew, like, you're either all in or you're not. Like, you better be sure about the choice you make.
Well, you also had big brothers, too, when I was ready to quit going into 95 because they wanted me to go to tight end, and I kind of wanted to go to defense, and it was like, no, we need you over here. And I'm just like, I went from, like, second on the depth chart to 17th, and it was just a lot of things going on. And I told Cluster Johnson, thank the big man for him. I was like, dude, I'm ready to quit, man. I could go to Iowa right now. Why am I sitting here going through this stuff, getting beat up every day for nothing? And he talked me off the ledge. It's called knowledge. Know the ledge. He said, if you quit now, you will always be a quitter. And that resonated with me. And I said, you know what? I need to work harder. I need to give it a little bit more at practice. And maybe, just maybe, I'll play. But the more that I gave it more at practice, the more that I said, I'm not going to give up. That's what put that fire into me that I believe helped me be a captain in the rest of history.
Yeah, but you got to fast forward now 30 years later because this is a whole different climate right here.
It is.
This is a different breed of kids. They follow the money and they follow the hype. You know,
Go ask Indiana. Go ask Indiana if that's the case. Then
I mean,
ask Indiana if that's the case. Why is Indiana winning after
still in the
1 year?
playoffs.
They got a 1 year coach and they lost 1 game.
Yeah, I mean,
they played one team with the winning record.
They didn't play with 3 and 4 and 5 or 5 and 6 and 8 star guys. They played with a football team, guys.
Yep.
They had a coach that said, "I'm going to preach discipline." They had a coach that said, "I'm going to preach camaraderie." We don't have that, ladies and gentlemen. Those guys don't love each other. They love the money. They love for someone to tell them, "Hey, Michigan State said they're going to give you $350,000 if you come over." But Michigan State won't put that on paper. They won't put the paper to the pen and put that on a contract. Yeah, somebody will tell you, a representative. But is that enough to go by? To tell the University of Nebraska, who is the Taj Mahal, despite where we are as a program, it's still the Taj Mahal of football programs. And the fans make it 150,000 times better. But you're going to walk away from that? So you telling me that 1890, we asked for money from the fans. Let's say 100,000 fans gave $50. How much is that?
$5 million.
Hello? Okay. That's $5 million.
I had to do the math.
So thank you, Euler. Euler, you're an offensive guy.
Though, man, these kids don't want to be at. I mean, this culture is not right now. This is a loser. Not, I won't say loser, but they don't want to lose and make money. I want to win. You know, I mean, 6-6. That's mediocre to everybody. These kids want to go somewhere where they can shine, make money, not being told I'm gonna give you this and you get that.
So I don't know. It'd be hard for me to go from a 6-6 Nebraska and hey, I'm going to go to Florida State, who is 2-10.
Well, I guarantee you, Florida State will be good next year.
Well, guys,
I can't say that would be hard to do, to go from a 6-6 Nebraska to a Florida State, especially if my defensive coordinator left and the guy likes me and wants me to come. So go ahead and get us out of here, Bach. I'm gonna stick around one more segment. I can't get out of here; it's too hot.
All right, we'll be back with Rashawn Jackson, Terrell Farley, and Todd Euler coming up next year on The Captain on 93.7 The
Ticket. You're listening to 93.7 The Ticket's coverage of early National Signing Day, sponsored by Members Own Credit Union on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Slay the holidays this year with a gift that'll really get them going. One that's built to win, like the new Honda CRF-R Motocrosser. One that's built for fun, like a Honda Mini Moto. Or one for each member of the family, like a Honda CRF Trail Bike. At Rod's Power Sports, you'll find the motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side they'll love. During the Honda Gifts That Go sales event, you can slay the streets in style with a Grom Mini Moto, slay the trails with the CRF 50F, or pile into a Pioneer 1006 Deluxe Crew that can carry 6 elves over the fields and through the woods all year long. This year, don't just give any gift. Give the gift of outdoor adventure with a ride they'll never forget. Don't miss out. Head to Rod's Power Sports in Lincoln, Nebraska during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. It's your chance to slay the holidays and your gift list. Dealer participation may vary. See dealer for complete program and safety details.
Traffic Consultants Incorporated reminds our drivers, trucks transport merchandise to stores, homes, and businesses. Due to truck size, a truck requires a lot of room to turn and takes a longer time to stop. Drivers, give trucks time to maneuver in traffic. Traffic Consultants Incorporated, established in 1980, is located at 1609 N Street, Suite 208 in Lincoln, and provides service for trucking permits, licensing, and fuel tax filings. Call 402-475-8323. Traffic Consultants Incorporated hopes you have a safe holiday season. League One Volleyball is coming to Omaha this January. Featuring Olympic medalist Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Arantes, Love Omaha Volleyball is Omaha's newest pro team. The inaugural season will showcase some of the world's best volleyball players, from medalists to NCAA champions and international superstars. With the action kicking off on January 24th at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Visit LOVB.com for more information and to purchase tickets. Volleyball is the next major league.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Image Inflators says please give blood generously. By doing so, your efforts could help save the life of a child, a surgery patient, or even that of an accident victim. So why not be a silent hero? Roll up your sleeves and give the gift of life. This message from Image Inflators, who specializes in quality large format digital printing, quality flags, banners, and customized Sherpa blankets. For quality customer service, call 402-499-2379 or log on to imageinflators.com. Image Inflators, established in 1993, cares about the safety of our community.
There's only one place this holiday season to shop for the sports fan in your life and get cash back for slightly used sports items you don't need anymore. Play It Again Sports. Check out their selection of new and used items, including home fitness equipment like treadmills, exercise bikes, and ellipticals, and get your lift with free weights, benches, and racks to add to your home gym. And don't forget, if you have anything slightly used to trade in, they'll give you instant cash. Holiday shopping starts and ends at Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall, Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly sunny skies and it will be breezy, being high around 49. Tonight, clear skies with a continued breeze and a low near 14. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return with light winds and a high near 27. Meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
On the farm from dawn till dusk, hardworking hands tend to the land, equipment, and the animals. But your hard work deserves a little relaxation too. Visit the Nebraska Ag Expo, December 10th through the 12th at Sandhills Global Event Center in Lincoln. See all the latest ag innovations in livestock and equipment, precision ag, drone, and AI tech, crop inputs, grain storage, and more. Take a break from the daily grind and recharge at the Nebraska Ag Expo. You deserve it. Sponsored in part by Farm Credit Services of America and Ag Direct.
Midwest Bank invites you to celebrate with us. Join us for our Christmas open house on Friday, December 6th at our 70th and Pioneers or 27th and Jamie Lane locations. We'll have cookies, coffees, and apple cider waiting for you, along with the chance to enter our raffle for some wonderful prizes. Come share the holiday cheer with us. We can't wait to see you there. Happy holidays from Midwest Bank. Learn more at www.midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
You're listening to 93.7 The Ticket's coverage of early National Signing Day, sponsored by Members Own Credit Union on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Window Roll Wednesday. Let's go. Beautiful outside today.
It is. Thank God.
We'll be installing lots of windows this week. So,
all right. Welcome back to the Captain Show. It is signing day, Window World Wednesday. And man, it's just a busy day. I remember this day like 30 years ago when I signed back when I was in junior college, I signed actually. So it was 30 years. It'll be 30 years in February when I signed with Nebraska. But it was probably one of the most nerve-wracking days because, you have to fax it in. Back then, you had to fax it in.
Mm-hmm.
So once I signed all my paperwork, I was good. But, that was 30 years ago. See, now, I think this is a year-to-year contract with these kids right now. So, this is, like I said, you can sign as a freshman today and still be gone tomorrow. So that's the bad thing about how this thing going. And so, and a kid like James Williams, he's from Missouri, probably a small town. If he can get $500,000 for 2 years, that benefits him. Most of the stuff these young guys doing, they're benefiting themselves because they're setting themselves up for life after football. Because just imagine having $300,000 when you finish school and you're 22 years old. Bob, I ain't have $3 my senior year in college.
Well, that's why in my mind it's tough to get on some of the kids for what we've created. I mean, and we could talk about all this loyalty, and it's not how it used to be back in the day, and it's not, but specifically, and I think James Williams is probably the best player, at least as far as potential, that they lost so far in the recruiting cycle. But specifically for James Williams, again, you've put enough tape out there. You're an edge rusher. An edge rusher in the portal is going to get a lot of attention, and there, he could start a bidding war basically out there. Again, he had 2 sacks in back-to-back Big Ten games. That's enough to wake some people up. And so, what's to say, what you want to say is, well, just keep your head down. You're going to go into more playing time. You're going to, and eventually maybe we can develop you into an NFL guy. And so 3 years from now, you're going to be happy that you stayed at Nebraska. But isn't that hard to tell? Like Terrell just said, he had an insurance policy out of himself that he never made that money out of. Why? Because things can happen. So this is professional college football now.
That's it.
Where if you don't see a guy in professional football is going to say, well, I'll just wait for 3 years and then I'll get my big deal. Then they hold out. I mean, they try to make sure that they get the money now, they get the cash now. And so, again, and maybe James is, maybe I'm speaking for him and this is wrong. Maybe he's just following his coach to Florida State or whatever it may be. But it's hard for me to not tell a kid. I mean, it's like telling somebody at the end of the year at your own job, don't go ask for a raise. Don't go talk to your boss. I mean, I understand they can do that here internally at Nebraska, but I mean, as most people know, just kind of getting a raise it's easier to do that if you've got some some competition they can bring and say, here's what they'll give me, here's this. So,
but it's different for us because only thing we knew back then was football. We didn't have this chance.
Yeah.
So it's a different. This is a whole 360. This is a whole new scenario because now you involve money with wins, with social media. These kids don't care about who they play for. They just want to, just look at half of them in college football, what they wearing, what they driving, how they dance on the field. I done seen guy do a backflip over a guy, or do a what he did. He olayed him while the dude scored on him. Scored on him. He jumped over him like he was in a circus or something. This is college football is just doing. We might as well just start another college NCAA. We just need to start all over. They need to give them 125 players. Now you're making everybody panic. Everybody's leaving. This is an uproar. I'm gonna take this kid, and it's not on the kids. I blame the coaches, NCAA, and the ADs, how they get up and leave. Trev Alberts gets up and leaves. Oh, then the other guy we got now, he stayed at his job 6 months. He gets up and leaves.
Well, this is
Tony White. Tony White, he has a right to leave. He wants to do. He did his job at Nebraska. What more can you ask for? He want to be in a better situation. Okay, I went to the Big Ten, had an okay defense. I would say a pretty good defense. Showed the league that. Now I go back to the ACC, show them that I can run an ACC defense again, then probably get a head coach's job. Maybe he's going for the weather. Maybe he's going for his kids, his family. You can't bring a coach here and think, oh, they got little kids. Oh, his son probably didn't like it over there in the football league he was in. Probably too cold. Who knows, Bob? It's just different by different. It's different. It's different now.
It's way different. The TV networks, the super conferences, that was all about money, and then you tell the kids not to be.
Yeah,
Cal's playing in the ACC because of money.
A bidding war. Everything is a bidding war.
Right.
Just like on NCAA, the new college football, you still got to bid for those kids. On a video game, you got to bid for them. So what do you think it is in real life?
Yeah.
But the messed up part is that you got people that put little bugs in their ears. Like, we don't need this guy around here telling this kid, hey, there's another college want to talk to you. We don't need these around here. I mean, it's agents for kids. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They can say they're not getting paid, but I guarantee you, if I hook a deal up for a kid and he get $500,000, hey, give old Uncle T $25,000. Mm-hmm. You don't think Uncle T want $25,000? Oh, okay. You got to understand, Tony White did his job. He was probably ready to move on. Nebraska is not the best place to live. It's cold. People talk. People talk bad about you when you don't do good. That's probably the main reasons. Because we are so biased against everything that people do. Yeah. Oh, look at his defense. Whoa, he gave up 40-something against Illinois. 31 against Illinois, something against Indiana. Bam. But he shut Ohio State down. He shut the second leading rusher down. He held Iowa to 5 first downs.
Yeah.
It's not my fault that the offense can only sputter 10 points after scoring 10 points, and you don't do nothing else. So, hey, let me go to South Florida where talent's better, weather's better, no state income tax. I could save that. Even if I broke even and made what I made at Nebraska, I'm still winning because I'm not getting taxed like that. So, hey, we can.
Yeah, I just think it's college football. It's open game, and it's just not the college football we grew up with, and we're gonna have to learn to live that way, right? Every year at this time, and then obviously after spring ball, right, when it opens back up. So I don't know. It's going to be really interesting how this all develops down the line. You got potential revenue sharing coming, things like that. I mean, it's just different, and to me, there's no loyalty.
No,
right?
Yeah,
and that's probably what hurts Nebraska fans the most, right? Because I still believe we have the best fans in college football. They show up every weekend. They support our players, and then our players are like, I'm out of here. And it's just tough. It's tough. Like I said before, it's tough on other players. It's tough on coaches. It's tough on the fans. And then everybody has social media, right? I mean, so like literally I don't even go on X like right now because it's just so much stuff, right? Like it's not positive, right? And I'm a fairly positive person. I don't want to read all the negative stuff. But a lot of people are consuming the negative stuff. Oh, and then everybody's an expert, right? Like, oh, it's because of the culture. It's because of this. It's because, like, you don't know. You're like, once again, it's just tough unless you walk. Like, we walk the walk. Like when we played, Terrell, like we knew what was going on inside the program. And I mean, we knew we were going to win. I think it's today that, this team this year, once again, they just no identity, and it's going to be harder and harder, for any college team out there to really forge that identity that, we had in the 90s, that a lot of these teams, the Alabama, I mean, you see Alabama, like
these kids don't even care about the 90s.
No.
They weren't even born. They don't care.
I get
no more.
that, but it's going to be harder to see that. Like,
you know what they do when they walk by
year.
Memorial Stadium now? And they see that 95, 96, 71, 72, and 97. You know what they say? Damn, them was dinosaurs was born back then. They don't know about the 90s. 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
You're listening to 93.7 The Ticket's coverage of early National Signing Day, sponsored by Members Own Credit Union on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
On the farm from dawn till dusk, hardworking hands tend to the land, equipment, and the animals. But your hard work deserves a little relaxation too. Visit the Nebraska Ag Expo, December 10th through the 12th at Sand Hills Global Event Center in Lincoln. See all the latest ag innovations in livestock and equipment, precision ag, drone, and AI tech, crop inputs, grain storage, and more. Take a break from the daily grind and recharge at the Nebraska Ag Expo. You deserve it. Sponsored in part by Farm Credit Services of America and Ag Direct.
Tanner's Bar and Grill is the best place in Lincoln for a casual get-together, best place to watch a game, and the best for pre- and post-game. Catch college and NFL football as well as the volleyball action this season at Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. What's better than wings, cold beer, and a Husker win? Enjoy great food and drink specials every day and tons of TVs to catch all the action. Tanner's Bar and Grill, 30th and Yankee Hill.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197. If you're sick of catering from the same places every month, it's time to switch things up. Mulberry Barbecue is perfect for business lunches and dinners, family gatherings, holiday parties, wedding receptions, rehearsal dinners, and so much more. Delivery and full service options are available, and they can cater for anything from 10 people to 500 people. Call them at 402-937-7114 to look at their menu options and get your catering booked today. Mulberry Barbecue, located at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
Who wants free diamonds? This holiday season, as a thank you for shopping with us, Sartor Heyman Jewelers is giving you free diamonds. Now through December 6th, receive a pair of sparkling diamond stud earrings, a stunning diamond pendant, or a gorgeous diamond tennis bracelet for free with your qualifying purchase. We only have a limited number to give away, so once they're gone, they're gone. Don't wait on this one. Visit Sartor Heyman Jewelers, where your gift shopping shines brighter. In Lincoln at South Point Mall, downtown, and in Grand Island on State Street.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Midwest Bank invites you to celebrate with us. Join us for our Christmas open house on Friday, December 6th at our 70th and Pioneers or 27th and Jamie Lane locations. We'll have cookies, coffees, and apple cider waiting for you, along with the chance to enter our raffle for some wonderful prizes. Come share the holiday cheer with us. We can't wait to see you there. Happy holidays from Midwest Bank. Learn more at www.midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
Husker Nation, it's time. This Sunday, the Nebraska women's basketball team tips off Big Ten play against Minnesota at Pinnacle Bank Arena. The energy will be electric, and they need you there to help cheer them to victory. Single game tickets and starting 5 mini plans are available now, so don't wait. Go to huskers.com/tickets and secure your seat. Go Big Red.
An hour ago, you didn't need a plumber. Now you're in a panic. When life throws you a surprise with a clogged drain, plugged or leaky toilet, broken pipe, leaky faucet or water heater, or a bathroom or kitchen plumbing upgrade, whatever, just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing, 467-1111. Keep that number handy, 467-1111. Or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're listening to 93.7 The Ticket's coverage of early National Signing Day, sponsored by Members Own Credit Union on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, quick segment here before we come back at the top of our hour. We're going to start going over the recruits that signed and some of the guys who left. Coach Knighton tells Nebraska thank you on his Twitter for being at Nebraska. You know, it's hard to see a guy leave, but coaches leave and come, and he's trying to do better and go do better things. Hate to see these guys leave, but hey, life still goes on. And one thing I do want to clarify, when I do say something about when I say fans, it's some stuff that I read. Not all fans are bad. Not all of them are good. And that's one thing I say, because I could tell, for instance, when these kids post their leaving on Twitter, you could tell by some of the reactions that some of these people, I'm not going to say the word, but it aren't fair to some of the student athletes.
Yeah.
You know, you can wish one guy good luck and then another guy, hey, we don't need you anyway. So, I mean, and that's the same way with coaches. They do this. But at the same time, you know, we're going to try to replace these coaches, replace these players. Everybody is replaceable. So you just got to recruit harder and go faster and go better.
Yeah, and to the fans' point, again, Nebraska, you're going to have a hard time arguing with me. Doesn't have a great college fan base. There's a bunch of knuckleheads in every fan base that are going to be idiots online. Hopefully, at least it comes from a place of passion, right?
Right.
So at least it's not. At least there's nobody caring. But Nebraska has been described as a fishbowl before here in Lincoln. There's just a lot of media coverage on top of it. You have a 4-game losing streak. Yeah, it might get kind of toxic. So I mean, that's going to happen. But overwhelmingly, really good fans. And like you said, I mean, it's just kind of frustrating to watch this defense now. Is going to have to make a major turn, and you wonder if you make the right offensive coordinator hire. I think a lot of people feel really good about that. If it's just not going to align at the same time with, like, you had a good defensive coordinator and you wasted those 2 years with a bad offense. Now we go over and hopefully you can fix that up. But to you guys, and it's been said in the text or asked, does hiring your offensive coordinator take away from, this deep? I mean, what's kind of the bigger story? Do you at least feel pretty good about where the offense is going?
I do. I think we got a solid offensive coordinator, something. Obviously, what we've seen with just the couple weeks he's been with the team, calling plays that aren't even in his language. You know what I mean? That's like sending Bach down to Mexico and thinking he's going to make some deals down there and not knowing Spanish. So I think he did a great job. I think give him this off season and this spring, I think we'll see some really cool things out of our offense. I think it can obviously only get better. Offense struggled to put points on the board, and it'll be interesting. We're revamp the offensive line a little bit. We should have Emmett and Dodell back. Let's hope.
Yeah, never know these days. But.
Right. Well, so far so good on that. Like, it's just kind of like hold your breath time, right? Yeah. Like, it's crazy. It's a crazy ride. I think I described it as pure madness to one of my buddies that lives in Iowa. He's originally from Nebraska, and he texted me, and I said, it's just pure madness right now. I think you're going to see that every year. I think it gives us something to talk about too. All off season is what's going on. So let's hope we make some good moves, and we need a new wide receivers coach, right? We need a new defensive coordinator. We need a new D-line coach. Can we upgrade? But that'll be the biggest thing. Can we upgrade? I think we're upgrading in the offensive coordinator a little bit, and or maybe even a lot of bit, but it does probably takes away from the offensive coordinator hiring when the D coordinator leaves. So But like Terrell said, man, this is people are replaceable. Nebraska football is going to move on, and the goal is to get better. And hopefully that's what we can do with signing day today. I don't know.
I like what Eric McFadden said. Rule just got rid of all Frost Scott recruits. Some of them been here since 21.
Yeah.
Is that the end of Scott Frost recruits that's here? Is this all Rule now?
Well, not necessarily.
Well, I know we got Double H and a couple of more guys, but basically this is a Rule-led team now. I mean, so hopefully, we could talk about getting new offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators. You still got to get better players. That's the main thing. Getting better players, getting better athletes. Now the level is competition going to be easy because every team can't have you minimize you put giving everybody the same amount of players. Now you got to get the same amount of talent to match these other teams. This is all of what it's about now, talent. If you can't play in a year, I don't need you. I mean, this is everybody going to have a quick fix now. Nobody wants to wait 2-3 years to rebuild. There's no more of that.
Well, and again, I think it's becoming tougher to argue that now. Hopefully, it's. I mean, part of this problem is it's all kind of aligning in the third year, which is Matt Rule's historically is when he kind of takes off. It doesn't feel like this team's quite ready to take off, but that can be, like we said, just kind of the downtime of portal season where there's 11 guys leaving. We can count them. We can say this guy would have helped, that guy would have started, but we don't know the guys they're bringing in. I know Dayton Holgerson said this morning at their signing with the signing day show that they're going to bring in 20 to 30 transfers on visits. They're not going to sign every one of them, but once we have, there's going to be some big names that we get excited about that are adding to the team as well. We don't know those names, so right now all we're left to do is look at all these, all the guys that are leaving, or you can get excited about. Of course, today is signing day. Some of the freshmen that are coming in, but it's hard to expect. That freshmen are going to lead the team to kind of new heights. So I can kind of see why there's a frustration. Some people say negativity. Some people say the house is burning down. Maybe people get too frustrated with it. But there are positive things going on in Nebraska football too that we can get to, and we should probably get to with National Signing Day around the corner here at the top of the hour.
All right, yeah, take us out, Bob.
All right, you're listening to the Captain here on 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be back. We'll talk about some of these guys joining Nebraska. How big is it that Michael Terry chose Texas? Cortez Mills does flip to Nebraska. And a few guys waiting to sign. We'll see if they will. Coming next year on 93.7 The Ticket.
Listening to 93.7 The Ticket's coverage of early National Signing Day, sponsored by Members Own Credit Union on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Nebraska's Christmas Light Show is back and bigger than ever. The Magical Lights of Lincoln Christmas Show runs from Black Friday through New Year's Eve at Sandhills Global Event Center. Bring the family for a show they'll never forget, featuring over 1.5 million lights. Cost is $25 per vehicle from Monday through Thursday, $30 on Friday and Saturday, and also $30 on Christmas Eve and Day. Purchase your tickets online today at ChristmasLightsInLincoln.com and get ready to experience a drive-through light show like you've never seen before.
Midwest Bank invites you to celebrate with us. Join us for our Christmas open house on Friday, December 6th at our 70th and Pioneers or 27th and Jamie Lane locations. We'll have cookies, coffees, and apple cider waiting for you, along with the chance to enter our raffle for some wonderful prizes. Come share the holiday cheer with us. We can't wait to see you there. Happy holidays from Midwest Bank. Learn more at www.midwest.bank. Member FDIC.
League One Volleyball is coming to Omaha this January. Featuring Olympic medalist Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Arantes, Love Omaha Volleyball is Omaha's newest pro team. The inaugural season will showcase some of the world's best volleyball players, from medalists to NCAA champions and international superstars, with the action kicking off on January 24th at the Liberty First Credit Union Arena. Visit LOVB.com for more information and to purchase tickets. Volleyball is the next major league.
Image Inflator says please give blood generously. By doing so, your efforts could help save the life of a child, a surgery patient, or even that of an accident victim. So why not be a silent hero? Roll up your sleeves and give the gift of life. This message from Image Inflators, who specializes in quality large format digital printing, quality flags, banners, and customized Sherpa blankets. For quality customer service, call 402-499-2379 or log on to imageinflators.com. Image Inflators, established in 1993, cares about the safety of our community.
An hour ago, you didn't need a plumber. Now you're in a panic. When life throws you a surprise with a clogged drain, plugged or leaky toilet, broken pipe, leaky faucet or water heater, or a bathroom or kitchen plumbing upgrade, whatever, just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing, 467-1111. Keep that number handy, 467-1111. Or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Are you looking for affordable drinks and a great atmosphere this football season? Highball Bar has you covered. Whether it's pregame tailgating, postgame festivities, or in-game celebrations, Highball Bar is the place to be. With $4 beers, $4 mixed drinks, and more during their 4 to 8 p.m. daily happy hour, Highball Bar will quickly become your go-to place to sit back, unwind, and be your team's #1 fan. Highball Bar, located in downtown Lincoln, just 3 blocks from Memorial Stadium at 122 North 11th Street.
On the farm from dawn till dusk, hardworking hands tend to the land, equipment, and the animals. But your hard work deserves a little relaxation too. Visit the Nebraska Ag Expo, December 10th through the 12th at Sand Hills Global Event Center in Lincoln. See all the latest ag innovations in livestock and equipment, precision ag, drone, and AI tech, crop inputs, grain storage, and more. Take a break from the daily grind and recharge at the Nebraska Ag Expo. You deserve it. Sponsored in part by Farm Credit Services of America and Ag Direct.
Nebraska Veterans Aid is here for veterans and dependents facing unforeseen financial emergencies. Get assistance with food, fuel, shelter, clothing, transportation, and even funeral and medical expenses. If you're a veteran facing a financial emergency, apply for Nebraska Veterans Aid through your county veteran service officer. Learn more at veterans.nebraska.gov/NVA. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
You're listening to 93.7 The Ticket's coverage of early National Signing Day. Sponsored by Members Own Credit Union on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is 93.7 The Ticket.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
3-time national champion Vershawn Jackson.
Oh, I got a bunch all alone is Vershawn Jackson. And Vershawn will get it to the 24-yard line.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer
Terrell Farley, defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bakoven. Coming at you live from the Coppels Chevrolet GMC studios in the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Yeah. All right, welcome back to the Captain Show, 93.7 The Ticket, the fast 2 hours in radio. Window World Wednesday is also with Signing Day Wednesday. We have Nebraska sitting at number 19 right now, even though rankings don't mean anything anymore to me when it comes to recruiting, because, hey, the best got to get on the field anyway. Bach, let's go and talk about some of the recruits we have right now that signed with University of Nebraska.
Absolutely. I did want to say one thing that's kind of interesting. Now, I know Nebraska fans would know this name. David Sanders Jr., the top offensive tackle in the nation, 5-star, is not expected to sign today. He had been committed to Tennessee since August. Remember, he took a pretty public visit here to Nebraska, where Dylan Ryle and folks had a big meeting to celebrate him. Now, him not signing today, I'm not necessarily saying that's leaning toward Nebraska. He's been visiting Ohio State lately. So that's just kind of one thing to look at. The big news, I suppose, in Nebraska signing day is you're looking at some of the guys that you potentially get going into the day. You got one and you didn't get the other. So Cortez Mills flips to Nebraska from Oklahoma, kind of a slot receiver, but one of the top names along with Dawson Merritt in this class now. So that's a big deal, big signing day deal for Nebraska. But they did miss out on Michael Terry III. Michael Terry picks Texas over Nebraska. He had it down to Texas and Nebraska, and he would have undoubtedly been the top player in this class. He's, while Cortez Mills and Dawson Merritt kind of most rankings have them in top 150 type of guys, Michael Terry is the top athlete in the nation, according to some sites, kind of a more of a top 50 type of guy. So unfortunately that they didn't pick up Michael Terry, but there's still a lot in this class to look forward to. First of all, what are you guys' thoughts on Cortez Mills being one of the top players in the class for Nebraska? But the thing is, he's not very big. I don't know if he's going to get very big. He's about 160 pounds, so you can kind of think more the Ja'Cory Barney, Jalen Lloyd type of role potentially for him.
Good pick. We got a slew of little guys that's receivers that's running around. I think Ja'Cory Barney was I think he was punished more the last 3-4 games of the season. He took a lot of big hits. So my concern for him is trying to pick on some weight this summer and get a little stronger over the winter. Just hit the weights real hard, maintain your speed. Cortez Mill could be a guy who can come in and help also with a couple of more transfers we can get in, because the more the merrier, I think, for this offense, because it's gonna be an explosive offense, especially. I'm not saying right now, but if the players, if we can get the right players in here and have the right situation with Coach Holgerson, I think the offense will be well. I mean, the sad thing about it, I think what's hurting us right now is that we don't have a defensive coordinator, but you still was able to sign Dawson Merritt. So that's a good thing. And he may be a day one player.
Yeah, Dawson Merritt and Christian Jones both have expressed that they're in. They're not, these are kind of the big linebacker recruits that are going to be coming in. Christian Jones, of course, from Omaha West Side, that regardless of not having defensive coordinator, and that was a concern for some people. Obviously, that'd be a concern for me if I was signing to a place without a defensive coordinator. But that shows the faith that they have in Matt Rule. And remember, this is early signing day. Now, a lot of these guys want to jump in and get a jump start on being able to play their freshman year. But they could wait. A lot of these guys, if they wanted to wait around and see who the defensive coordinator would be, they could have waited, but they decided not to. One other quick update on that, and it's not necessarily new, but if you're just tuning in now to kind of Nebraska signing day coverage, still waiting for Houston Kahana Torres to sign. He's out in Honolulu, Hawaii, so I don't know what time it is out there, but that was kind of the idea of him not signing quite yet. The only other guy that's committed that has not signed is Jeremiah Jones, the athlete out of Kentucky, and he's not expected to necessarily sign today. We'll see where Nebraska is with him moving down the line, but and maybe Jeremiah Jones is he potentially still with Nebraska, maybe not, and if he is not, then maybe it's a huge loss, but this is signing day. We're in the transfer portal era, but just signing day, we're used to one or two things not quite playing out. So that's kind of this year's version of that.
Yeah, I like some of these guys. I'm looking at Juju Marks, big guy from I used to stay in Kansas. Well, I can't. Olathe,
Yeah.
Olathe
Yeah.
South. See, I got it. I used to stay. I was an hour and a half from Olathe. So but big kid, 6'6", 290. Hey, I love that size. I love the two linebackers, Dawson Merritt and the other kid from Omaha. What is he from West Side right there?
Yeah. Christian Jones.
Christian
Yeah.
Jones. I mean, not saying that these guys are day one starters, but these guys can help you immediately because the days of freshmen getting redshirted, I think, is a 50-50 now with so much going on that you need immediate help. And some freshmen can help you immediately. Now, I love the size Christian Jones, 6'2", 215. Cortez,
That's fast.
and probably can be a good help us on special teams. Dawson Merritt, probably the highest rated player we're going to get this year right now. 6'3", 215. Good outside linebacker. So if you switch to a 4-3, you have a wheel and a Sam right there. They don't have to be the biggest guys in the world. Jamel Williams, he played the Sam, I played the wheel. He was 205, I was 200. So these guys, but they got to be a little bigger because we played in the Big 8, but it's the Big 10. So things like that. Bach, any other kids you see that? We talked about the other kid from Omaha. What's his name?
Terry.
Tyson Terry. Could be a day one starter at D tackle.
Yeah.
It depends what kind of
kid is ferocious.
Yeah, I would love to see us go to a 4-3 and make it a full line. And then you think of the guys you get, the guys we still have here. The guys like Cam Linhart might, maybe he can come out of there and not the slump he had. Maybe he can take over this other end spot with who else we got at the end, Bach? Willis McGahee. I mean, you probably could put him as a DN or middle linebacker. Kid has great size, played great at the end towards last year. Then you look at a guy like Vincent Shavers Jr., who's going to be able to compete, probably can be that leader that we need at linebacker, even though he's a young guy. Then you look at the guys in the back there. You got Michael Hazard coming back. You got Marquise Buford brother back there. You got Jeremiah Rogers. Ain't that's his name? Jeremiah Jones, whoever started early in the season. But we got enough guys to come here and compete. But you got
Jeremiah Charles.
Yeah, Jeremiah Charles. You got the guy from UCLA. You got Bly, what is his name? Bly Hill coming back. So this defense is still good. We just want to get it great. So we got to get better at some of the things. Now we got to figure out who's going to be the coach, and we need to make that decision soon. I mean, this is going to depend. I mean, not having a defensive coordinator for the whole month of December will hurt Nebraska.
Yeah,
we need to get one in place right now. Like I say, go do what other teams do. Go talk to them right now. Hire them right now. Get them here. Let's get these kids ready. Let's get these winter workouts. Let's get past the bowl game first, and then we'll start on next year. Bach?
Yeah, it's interesting. I have some people also saying, can these guys play in the bowl game? No, they're not going to be able to play in the bowl game.
They can practice if they enrolled early. But we don't know if Nebraska was going to get one of those December 22nd bowl games, December 18th bowl games, December 14th bowl games. So
I don't think they can bowl practice. They can practice once they going into next year.
I thought they could just practice in the bowl, like some Well, hold on. I think some kids practiced last year in the bowl game. Like they can only practice. They can't play in the bowl game.
It's been a long time since Nebraska's been in the bowl game.
Not Nebraska, but overall in general and college football.
That'd be news to me. I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, somebody asked me about that too, and I'm like, well, they really aren't on campus until January.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Somehow.
Guess we'll find out since we
out.
haven't been in a bowl game in so long.
But there's some other names that you kind of look at here. Obviously, I want to go. Well, I mean, there's a lot of different ways to go, but TJ Lateef obviously is very important, especially with Daniel Kalen transferring out of Nebraska. Some other names that there's some legacy kids in here. But then the other one that I think that a lot of people are just going to be interested in where he ends up is Connor Booth. Do you think Connor Booth is a running back at the next level? Specifically, looking at you over here, Euler, he took your record. Well, no, explain that. He didn't quite take your record.
Yeah, he ended up with 50 touchdowns. So he has the C2 record. I still have the C1 record at 49.
That's
so
right.
Yeah,
that's right.
And he did rush for just shy of 3,000 yards. So he did. I was 28 something. He broke that. But still have the C1 record.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Connor develops. I think he definitely has the size already and the speed. It's just getting, once again, played C2 football and he's coming to the Big Ten. I know the jump. I mean, I dominated C1 as a high school senior running back. I came to Nebraska. It took me a long time to get up to speed. Like I didn't get hit ever. It didn't seem like. And then I got here and I got clobbered. So it'll be interesting. Some guys are going to rise up to that and some guys are going to fold, and we hope that he rises up to it. I don't really see another position he didn't play defense as a senior. So I don't really see another position for him. So if running back doesn't work out for him, I'm sure he's a great baseball player. I know he's also supposed to potentially play a little baseball. But in this time
be a great H-back.
Yeah, if we have one, I know it's going to be interesting. And once again, he's, just like myself, I carried the ball. I didn't have to block. So when I was trying to move over to fullback, it took a little time to figure out the whole blocking thing. Like I never had to block. So I think it's going to be interesting. A great athlete, great family. I grew up with his dad. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, they have him listed as like an athlete.
Yeah,
so
athlete.
That means
once again, he was a really good wrestler growing up. Very tough kid. He didn't wrestle after he blew his shoulder just like my son did his freshman year, tore his labrum his freshman year, so didn't wrestle after that. Same with Trent. Trent would have wrestled, but tore his labrum his freshman year, retore it his sophomore year, so wrestling was out. But I think that he's gonna be in a good running back room. He's gonna learn a lot. He's one of those kids that if he develops, he could be something pretty good.
I'm going to put him. I'm going to start him off I'm going to put him as a long snapper and a linebacker because that's probably where our depth at. We need to build that for the future right there. And the kid could be a great middle linebacker or a weak side linebacker. It depends who runs this ship when we do have a defensive coordinator. But about who else we got that we missed on there? Connor Booth. We got Caden Van Moss.
Vermoss.
Yeah. I think it's the first.
He's an athlete.
Yep. Jamarian Parker at his running back position, Connor Booth running back. The only other running back they brought in from St. Louis, Missouri. He's listed as a 4-star from ESPN and Rivals. So obviously that's a group that could use some help as we see, some guys departing and what that running back room will look like.
Because now you have a freshman, Jamarian Parker, who's coming in, and he's a running back from St. Louis. He's 6 foot 185, so that's more of a scat back kind of running back. And probably, like I said, we already lost Gabe Irvin. We're trying to see what is Ramir Johnson coming back? Does he have another year?
No.
So then we have I know we got Emmett Johnson, Dardell.
Mm-hmm.
What's the other? Quinn Eyes?
Yeah.
Ain't that's his
Quinn
name?
Eyes,
Got him.
I also do see with the 105 roster, like we're not going to be as deep.
Yeah.
Right. We're not going to carry 28 defensive backs. Especially if we're not running a 3-3-5, but it'll be interesting.
And thanks to the text line, by the way, for always keeping up to date with what's going on as we're doing a show. We can't always look, but I started at the beginning of this segment saying that Houston Keona Torres, had not quite signed. That is now official, so he is in as well. The only person now that has not signed that was committed is Jeremiah Jones.
All right. I think somebody said, Todd, you got hit in Milford State. That was my little brother, Tyrone, in the Milford State Championship game. My senior year, I didn't get hit. I promise you. Not hard, ever. I had a huge offensive line. I had a 250-pound fullback that destroyed people in front of me. It was a lot of fun. But yeah.
I'm with Hole in the boat. The longer we wait for it, DC tells us it's not an in-house hire, and it might be waiting on him to finish the season because we're stealing him from a good team. I mean, that could be one of the reasons. I think Matt Rule will probably address that today when they have the the commitments and the scholarship talks today. So we'll be right back to Captain Show 93.7 The Ticket, the fastest 2 hours in radio.
Listening to 93.7 The Ticket's coverage of early National Signing Day, sponsored by Members Own Credit Union on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Image Inflators says please give blood generously. By doing so, your efforts could help save the life of a child, a surgery patient, or even that of an accident victim. So why not be a silent hero? Roll up your sleeves and give the gift of life. This message from Image Inflators, who specializes in quality large format digital printing, quality flags, banners, and customized Sherpa blankets. For quality customer service, call 402-499-2379 or log on to imageinflators.com. Image Inflators, established in 1993, cares about the safety of our community.
Who wants free diamonds? This holiday season, as a thank you for shopping with us, Sartor Heyman Jewelers is giving you free diamonds. Now through December 6th, receive a pair of sparkling diamond stud earrings, a stunning diamond pendant, or a gorgeous diamond tennis bracelet for free with your qualifying purchase. We only have a limited number to give away, so once they're gone, they're gone. Don't wait on this one. Visit Sartor Heyman Jewelers, where your gift shopping shines brighter. In Lincoln at South Point Mall, downtown, and in Grand Island on State Street.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
It's the holiday season. Time for work parties, friend get-togethers, family gatherings, which means lots of eating. Maybe you think you've perfected your holiday meals, and maybe you have no idea where to even start. Let's fix that right now. No holiday party is complete without Führer's cheese spread. It goes well with any type of cracker, pretzels, apples, chili, vegetables, chips, and of course, it's perfect to pair with wine or beer. Holiday meals aren't complete until Führer's cheese spread is on the table. Find your own container at your nearest local grocery store today.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
An hour ago, you didn't need a plumber. Now you're in a panic. When life throws you a surprise with a clogged drain, plugged or leaky toilet, broken pipe, leaky faucet or water heater, or a bathroom or kitchen plumbing upgrade, whatever. Just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing, 467-1111. Keep that number handy, 467-1111. Or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Is your phone system holding you back? We know how important smooth, reliable communication is for your success. Whether your team is working from the office or on the go, you need a phone system that keeps up with your busy day. At Hamilton, we offer business phone systems that adapt to your needs, making every call clear and every connection simple. Upgrade to a Hamilton business phone system where advanced features meet unmatched reliability. Are you ready to transform how you communicate? Better phones, better business. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Right
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. You're listening to 93.7 The Ticket's coverage of early National Signing Day, sponsored by Members Own Credit Union on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
James Williams, 100% going to Florida State.
Is that what it said?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So Tony White strikes first.
Well, I think that's the Terrence Knighton connection that he said he's a father figure. So.
Yeah. You got to understand that these players get attached to the person that recruits them.
Mm-hmm.
Like Turner Gill was my recruit. He recruited me. He was my recruiter. I had a very great relationship with Turner Gill.
He's a great dude.
Yeah, he was a great dude. He was different from the other coaches I met, especially when he came to recruit me. I was like, who is this they sending me? It's had tight pants on, the bell bottoms with but he spoke real good. And then the follow up with Coach Osborne. You fall in love with people who recruit you because you trust them.
Mm-hmm.
You trust them more before you even trust the head coach because this is a guy you talk to on a weekly basis. And then, for James Williams to come in here out of a JUCO and to make a team and earn the position coach trust, it was like, and the Terrence Knighton was teaching him, trying to mold him as the player he wanted him to be. So that was a real connection right there. Do he start at Florida State? I don't know because there's a lot of great athletes down there. But if you still work hard, and you don't have to be the best athlete to get on the field, you just got to be good at what you're doing. Make sure you do the X's and O's of football. I didn't have the size to be a linebacker. I probably had the mentality of it, but I didn't have the size. So me learning the position to the best knowledge the way and play it the best way I could helped me. So this is a situation where James Williams can help himself because he's going, it's just a fresh start for the kid.
Yeah.
I don't
wish him luck.
I wish all the kids well.
Yeah,
I know we can't keep them all, but at the same time, we got to look out for the University of Nebraska. We got to do what's best for us in this situation.
And we'll get to hear from him actually later on in the locker room. He's planning on coming into the locker room. James Williams is. So if you want to hear that, tune in around 1 p.m. today. I know all the crystal balls are thinking he's going that way.
But
we'll hear for himself.
100%.
What's 100%? What do you mean by that?
I mean, he's there.
He's there.
It says,
Is it a tweet from him or what is it?
Huskers 24/7.
Oh, okay.
Crystal balling at 100%.
Well, yeah, that crystal ball. That, like I said, we'll be able to ask him here in an hour and a half anyway. So, kind of get behind what's going on there. Big loss for Nebraska. Would you guys agree if I say that's the biggest loss in the portal so far? I mean, it makes him and Princewell transferring makes the Jamari Butler transfer or portal entry even more important, because when Jamari went to the portal, I was like, okay, at least they got some guys behind him as pass rushing demons. Now they don't necessarily, because those were the guys.
Yeah, especially when you have 3 edge rushers that that leave, but it leaves you a little thin. But as long as with Jamari Butler, Prince Umawell, James Williams, all these guys are edge rushers, but you still have guys like Ken Lenhart. You still have Willis McGahee Jr. So it's just time for these guys to step up, just like linebackers. You got Makai Bayer going. Got to step up. Gabe Irvin is not really a big loss. Vincent Jackson, not of a big loss. I mean, you got guys that can come in and feel. These guys just feel like they wanted to go somewhere different and start over. Stephon Thompson, don't know if he's going to Florida State with Tony White, but good luck to all. Daniel Kalen, probably one of the biggest surprises out of this, but I don't blame the kid. Signed last year after he decommitted from Missouri. Didn't think Dylan Riola was going to sign. 3 weeks later, hey, Dylan Riola signed. Kid had a good camp, can throw the ball. He's valuable to somebody.
Yeah.
Just if I was in the same situation he's in, I would do the same thing, because I'm not going to sit behind a guy 3 years just to play 1, and I can go somewhere and play 3. So
yeah,
it's a lot different when your back's against the wall.
Just to wonder, did he really, if Kalen stays here, his only hope is if Raiola gets hurt.
Yeah.
And you hate to be in that position, right? Yeah. I don't want to be that guy hoping that somebody would get hurt so I could play. So good luck to Danny. I think he'll do well wherever he goes, and hopefully it's somewhere that he can get on the field right away, because I think he's good enough. I definitely think that.
That's interesting. It'll be fun to kind of follow his career, and I think there are certain transfers that it's just so understandable, and he's one of those guys. Yeah. Remember, he decommitted from Missouri to come to Nebraska when it looked like they weren't going to get Dylan Raiola. So I mean, he kind of even sacrificed himself to try to be a Husker, and hopefully for him, he lived out the dream to run out of the tunnel, have the N on his helmet, all that sort of stuff. But obviously, with certain guys, and there's other guys too, like Gabe Irvin makes a lot of sense. That realm just seems kind of crowded, and he seems to have been surpassed, whatever the case may be. So it's time to go find some playing time and an opportunity elsewhere.
You're right.
Now, we did mention briefly Scott Frost earlier today, just because to say how many players are still on the team. There is a report from Mike Farrell now that UCF is in contact with Scott Frost for the Central Florida job. What would you guys think about a reunion there for Scott Frost? Now they're no longer in the American, they're in the Big 12. So it'd be a little bit of a step up in competition.
Yeah.
Do you think that Frost, although he couldn't win at Nebraska, could win again at Central Florida?
This is the Big 12.
Yeah.
I think everybody deserves a second chance, and he had good success at that school, and people know him down there. Things didn't go well around here, but it's different football down there. Mm-hmm. He has a whole pool of players to go from at UCF, because it's a big state. Big 12 wise, he knows the Big 12. He knows what he has to do. Everybody deserves that second chance. So if that's what they feel comfortable with, hey, I'm down with it.
Yeah. Wish him luck.
What would you guys say was the biggest reason he didn't work out here? I mean, to kind of flip that, is it something he could have learned from and maybe moved on, to help his coaching career down the line?
Well, first of all, he needed that break to clear his head, to see what his problem was first, because, as a head coach, you got to take all the responsibility. I don't think he did a good job of that, just the rumors and all the off the field activities that was happening. I thought he probably put himself in his own predicament by the people you associate yourself with as coaches, trying to bring friends in that, buddies you do things with. I mean, I think it's a thin line between buddies and coaching. We see that with Terrence Knighton, because you probably would have thought he would have stayed because he was a rude guy. But, turned out guys like to go on their own. He needs a second chance, and what a way to go. I mean, go back to the school that you helped have their only undefeated season. And
they got a national championship.
Probably got some rings for it. I mean, like I said, I have no hard will against Scott Frost about what he did to Nebraska, because he did something. He put us in a bad situation. But, hey, like I say, everybody deserves that second chance, and good luck to him if it does happen.
I think it was just too big of a step. I just don't know if
too comfortable to me.
Yeah. I mean, it just seemed
Just
like,
he had
of
a lot of things.
Yeah, a lot of combination of things. And I know knowing Scott personally, growing up with him, playing with him, and I've known him a long time. I just think it was just a perfect mess, right? Like, just things kind of spiraled on him, and that's the way it went. So we move on and get better. That's all we can do. And if he gets hired down there, awesome. Congratulations. Work hard. Win some games in the Big 12. Maybe get in the playoff. Nebraska can play them at some point down in the future. Be fun. Be a fun reunion, wouldn't it?
There's so many transfer things. I'm trying to see if this one, oh man, maybe I shouldn't say it, but there's been some other transfer. This isn't Nebraska. I see saying something that says Trevor Etienne is planning to transfer from Georgia. And I mean,
I seen something that Ryan Williams was transferring from Alabama.
Yeah, it's just weird for teams that are in the race, right? Or in the playoffs. Yeah. So kind of interesting there. Of course, it has been a big day in a couple of days, I suppose, in general for quarterbacks out there. Connor Wigman of Texas A&M is transferring out. Iowa's quarterback Cade McNamara apparently still has some playing time available. He's transferring out. Of course, we know about Miller Moss, and there was a report about Noah Fafita from Arizona, but that has not been confirmed. So just kind of interesting. Quarterbacks, especially when we talk about the transfer portal era and the NIL that's going to be out there available for guys that, like, even Cade McNamara led his team to the playoffs a couple of years ago. I mean, Miller Moss certainly had his time. I mean, there's
one who's going to be in need of a quarterback. Is Ohio State's is Howard a senior?
Oh, they got plenty.
They do.
They've got some guys behind him.
They got 4 or 5 stars just waiting.
They couldn't put a guy on the field to beat Michigan.
Well,
that's true.
Pretty much. I mean, I'm just saying, like, who's going to be in need of quarterbacks?
Oh,
I don't think Ohio State.
Michigan has the freshman coming in, so that's kind of interesting. They also, by the way, fired their offensive coordinator. So you got the top quarterback in the nation coming in. They don't have a coordinator right now, so kind of similar position, I suppose, to Nebraska. Also along that line, former Michigan offensive coordinator who gave it a shot at Maryland, Josh Gaddis, now out at Maryland. And so it's a lot of moves being made.
Yeah.
It is that time of the year.
That time of the year.
Yeah. We're going to take a quick break and come back on the captain. By then, there'll probably another move that we can announce for somebody somewhere. I'll try to look more into that ETN stuff. But we got one more segment on the captain here on early National Signing Day on 93.7 The Ticket.
You're listening to 93.7 The Ticket's coverage of early National Signing Day, sponsored by Members Own Credit Union on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Slay the holidays this year with a gift that'll really get them going. One that's built to win, like the new Honda CR-FR Motocrosser. One that's built for fun, like a Honda Mini Moto. Or one for each member of the family, like a Honda CR-F Trail Bike. At Rod's Power Sports, you'll find the motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side they'll love. During the Honda Gifts That Go sales event, you can slay the streets in style with a Grom Mini Moto, slay the trails with the CR-F 50F, or pile into a Pioneer 1006 Deluxe Crew that can carry 6 elves over the fields and through the woods all year long. This year, don't just give any gift. Give the gift of outdoor adventure with a ride they'll never forget. Don't miss out. Head to Rod's Power Sports in Lincoln, Nebraska during the Honda Gifts That Go sales event. It's your chance to slay the holidays and your gift list. Dealer participation may vary. See dealer for complete program and safety details.
Are you looking for affordable drinks and a great atmosphere this football season? Highball Bar has you covered. Whether it's pregame tailgating, postgame festivities, or in-game celebrations, Highball Bar is the place to be. With $4 beers, $4 mixed drinks, and more during their 4 to 8 p.m. daily happy hour, Highball Bar will quickly become your go-to place to sit back, unwind, and be your team's #1 fan. Highball Bar, located in downtown Lincoln, just 3 blocks from Memorial Stadium at 122 North 11th Street.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road. If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly sunny skies and it will be breezy, getting high around 49. Tonight, clear skies with a continued breeze and a low near 14. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return with light winds, the high near 27. Our meteorologist Kyle collected for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer, invites you to attend our upcoming Parts and Service Expo events. It's the best time to buy parts and schedule inspections all year. Take advantage of specials through December 13th with additional savings the day of your local expo. Find savings on oil and filters, gifts for under the tree, and pre-ordered John Deere parts. Visit with our trained and certified technicians and sign up for our winter service specials. Visit landmarkimp.com for a complete schedule and experience the Landmark difference.
Is your phone system holding you back? We know how important smooth, reliable communication is for your success. Whether your team is working from the office or on the go, you need a phone system that keeps up with your busy day. At Hamilton, we offer business phone systems that adapt to your needs, making every call clear and every connection simple. Upgrade to a Hamilton business phone system where advanced features meet unmatched reliability. Are you ready to transform how you communicate? Better phones, better business. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard, increase security, and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
You're listening to 93.7 The Ticket's coverage of early National Signing Day, sponsored by Members Own Credit Union on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back with Vershawn Jackson, powered by Bauer on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Oh, well, Bach, it looks like it's me and you.
Yeah, we've been left here
You and me.
all alone.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Captain Show. It's Window World Wednesday. It's Signing Day Wednesday, early signing day. I'm Todd Euler of Window World Lincoln. So we're excited to always be on this segment every Wednesday. Beautiful weather out. Like I said earlier, we're going to get a lot of stuff caught up this week and maybe next week. So if you got those drafty windows, give us a call, 402-464-7313, or go to windowworldlincoln.com. We come out, we'll design you some cool new windows, siding, roofing, you name it, we got it. We'll cover all your exterior needs, and we back it up with the best warranty in the business. So we want to talk a little bit about Iowa.
Yeah,
let's get the Euler report.
We didn't get the Euler report yet.
I did. So I do have a show now, my own show. It's the Power Hour with Todd Euler. It's on Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. So I did do a little Euler report there. But now I've had some more time to digest it. I was still
You're a little
frustrated.
hot then,
I was a little hot, but I mean, I look at it, we were 2 plays away from a shutout and another win, being 7-5 instead of 6-6. So and now I know we have a bowl game. That's awesome. I'm glad our guys get to practice, get better, work on things, especially with the new offensive coordinator hire. Now not knowing with the defensive coordinator. But looking at that game, what we have to look for, obviously we've got defensive guys entering the portal. But we need receivers, right? We need guys that Dylan can throw the ball to, that are going to go get the ball. Make sure we keep the ball. We struggled with that all year. It seemed like in critical times. So if Ryan Williams is in the portal, we should pay him. I don't know.
He's not. Neither is ETN, by the way.
Okay, good. I did see and you just don't know what to believe anymore, right? I did see that yesterday. Ryan Williams, like, what? I'm like, Nebraska, pay him.
Yeah.
But I think we got to look at receivers. I do believe our offensive line, I think we're going to replace those guys fairly well with the pipeline we have. We can't, I don't want to call them the pipeline. They're not the pipeline.
Right.
They're not there yet. But I do think and then we had a couple more offensive linemen sign today that, I think that there's probably 10 guys in the entire, 2025 class that can go play Division I football on the offensive line as a freshman. Probably 10 of them, right? There's a lot of schools, right? Yeah. So I think giving these guys a year, I went out and watched some practices. I thought these redshirt offensive linemen did a phenomenal. They had to go against Nash and those guys, Robinson and those guys. I thought they looked like they were holding their own by the end of the year.
It's been reported Robinson's always not the nicest to him either.
He's not. Yeah, it's not nice. My son got a nice little pancake on one of the D linemen. So. I think these guys are it's fun to watch this freshman class kind of develop, and my son being in it and just seeing the confidence, as the years, just running into them when I do, I'm going to the training table, I'm going to eat with Trent today, and, running into them, just seeing their confidence level throughout from when I met them, when we first moved in to, to now, it's fun to watch. And, and to have my son going through that, that's always, it's always just fun. So, but we got some work to do on the offensive side. Now that the black shirt's gone, we can talk offense.
Yeah.
You know, he talks a lot of defense. We've got some work to do on the receiver side of things. Obviously, losing Malachi to the portal. I'm still a guy that believes that, like, if you either here you're 100% in or you're not, and if you're not, we wish you well. Go somewhere that you can feel that way, right? And the problem is kids these days, you know, it's just not the same. Like, there's so much taking their attention away from it, right? Like Terrell said, people chirping in their ears, that kind of, hey, so and so give you that, like, you know, and I don't know what that would be like. You know, I knew when I came to Nebraska, I was going to be at Nebraska. You're going to have to kill me, and I almost did die to get me off the team, right? And I still think we have kids that are that committed. I know my son's one of them. That there's not even a thought of going anywhere else. But how do we get a whole team of that, or at least, you know, the top 50 kids all bought into this, that it's one team, you know, one goal, and obviously that's the coaches' jobs.
Yeah.
You know, now we're losing like it is a cluster right now.
But it's a lot easier to do when you're winning, by the way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, you know, and once again, we can kind of look back on the entire season and be like, man, we're close, but we've been close.
Yeah.
And it just seems like, you know, we can't get the cookie to crumble our way. Like, why does it keep going the other way? Like, every bounce goes the, you know, literally we don't touch that punt, they don't score there.
Yeah.
You know, it's just insane to me. You know, how many of those things have happened over the course of the last 20 years.
Well, I got to ask you about the handshakes. I mean, I know that's a Monday question, but
absolutely, 100%. That was, like, to me, the most disrespectful thing we could have done. And I mean, I get it. I think even the Michigan guys shook the Ohio State guys' hands, but they fought afterwards, which was kind of cool to watch the melee. And that stuff's crazy. But yeah, I once again, captains got to lead by example, and that's, if you don't respect your opponent, they're sure in the heck not going to respect you, right? And that was just fuel for the fire afterwards, and that kind of stuff. And those are things that you want to avoid at all costs. So not shaking the hands was just kind of the start of that. And I don't know how much all the other stuff with Coach Rule was taken out of context. Who are you? All this stuff. Like, you know, once again, everybody's got to have, you know, I'm sure his little TikTok or reels or whatever he did. I didn't know who he was. Sorry. Higgins, is that what?
Yeah, he did win linebacker of the year in the Big Ten.
Which is awesome. He's pretty good. Yeah, I get that.
Matt Rule,
but I didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
You know, I follow Nebraska, and I probably couldn't list 20 guys' names off of any other team, you know, in the Big Ten. I struggle with, you know, the top guys in the Big Ten because I'm focused on Nebraska. What are we going to do to get better? How are we going to get better? And, you know, I think this gives us an opportunity to go out and find some guys, you know, hopefully there's some type of process, like, I don't know how this all works. Like, it's crazy to me. How do you, like, you text a guy and be like, hey, I see you're in the portal. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just crazy. This thing, because you couldn't talk to any, like, even before I signed, I had a once a week phone call with Dan Young, you know, and that was all they were allowed.
Yeah.
You know, there was no texting. There was none of this, you know, video stuff, all the craziness. So I think it gives us an opportunity to upgrade. Obviously, I think the defensive coordinator, we need to find the right fit. I don't think yes, it would be great to have one before the bowl game. Awesome. That would be great, but let's make sure it's the right guy, right? That's going to fit into the Matt Rule culture, which, once again, I don't think we have that really defined yet,
yeah.
right? Like, what is this culture, right? And how are we going to identify as a team on offense now with Dana Holgerson, getting the offensive coordinator? I think he will definitely have an identity on offense. I mean,
yeah,
the guy's been a head coach. He gets it. We got to have an identity. These are the things we're going to do. Same thing, let's go find a defensive coordinator that will bring an identity, potentially bring some players with him. I mean,
yeah.
Obviously, that's how Indiana did it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Indiana brought all these Division II guys over and gave them an opportunity to go out and win 11 games, right? So being the playoff thing, we never talked about that. Did that come out, the playoffs?
Yeah. Looks like the Alabama, to everybody's surprise, might get in.
Oh.
Of all the 3-loss teams or 2-loss teams from the other conferences.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alabama's in the lead for that. So.
Well, they did. Yeah, it's
Which,
we brought this up at the beginning of the year, didn't we? What if Alabama loses 3 times?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I would say I'm okay with Alabama getting in if they hadn't lost to Vanderbilt, right?
Yeah.
When
I believe so they've got 2 losses on there to 6-6 teams. I just don't. And I get.
Who's the other 6-6 team?
Let me double check their losses, but I would just think that they've had. Like, if it's Nick Saban, I understand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Benefit of the doubt. He's earned it.
Right.
Sure. That's a team that probably should be in the playoffs, but this doesn't feel like that team. It doesn't play like that team.
No.
And so they lost to Oklahoma and Vanderbilt.
Oh, yeah. So how can you say
but that means they beat LSU, shut out Missouri, beat
LSU's
Georgia,
not
which is
very
a big
good.
one. Right. Georgia's really their only big win. South Carolina's a pretty good win. That's who they're competing with to get in. So head to head, you can maybe understand that. Other conferences are arguing, if we have a 2-loss team, should it get in here or, above them? The SEC argument. But that was always going to be the case. The SEC and the Big Ten have the power. They want 4 teams in. And again, we saw this last year. Alabama shouldn't have been in the playoff last year. I'll go to my grave saying that. That was the biggest robbery of all time to get Florida State out of there.
I agree.
And so this is now in my year, and we'll see. It's basically if Clemson beats SMU, then it's kind of dependent on that title game to see, because if SMU upends Clemson, are they still going? Is the loser of that game going to get it over Alabama? Is kind of the question. So
Clemson's got 2 losses for sure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just it's a mess, as you would expect with a 12-team playoff.
Yeah.
Once you get to the 10th, 11th, 12th through 15th team, they're all going to have an argument.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be an interesting run, interesting bowl season. Once again, it's going to be who's going to play, who's going to opt out, it's just madness, pure madness. Who's entering the portal, all that good stuff. I don't know how many people are in the portal already. I'm sure there's quite a few.
Oh yeah.
But, and once again, you hope they're doing it for the right reasons. I just feel like, okay, if I came to Nebraska as a walk-on and then I was given the opportunity and I was given a scholarship, how is it going somewhere else going to be better me? But I understand the coaching side of it as well, right? Like, I'm going with my coach, so that makes a lot more sense to me if that's the deal. But at the same point, nobody else was giving you a chance.
Yeah.
You were a walk-on, right? So, but yeah, it's going to be really interesting. So make sure and join my show, the Power Hour, Saturdays at 11 a.m. Call me for your window needs, and always excited to be here. And hopefully Rashawn's in next time. Hopefully
Yeah.
we can see him. So
Yeah,
I haven't
we'll
seen
see.
him in person in a bit here. So
I think he relies on you to come in and take his spot, maybe.
yeah, then the viewership goes up. We know.
That's right. Yeah, we've seen that. Thanks again to Todd Taylor from Window World, jumping in with us here on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm the captain, I should say, on 93.7 The Ticket. That'll wrap it up for our show, weekly rap sessions with All-American quarterback Steve Taylor. Coming up next here. Don't go anywhere.
Headed to the Hall of Fame. It'll never be the same. Nah. Hey. It'll never be the same. It'll never be the same. Yo. It'll never be the same. Yeah.